back at it again. I told you I may or may not come back, but hell, I'm gonna carry on with this thing to see if I can get her done in a month. You know, I'm not gonna paint it in a month, but I'll get it framed in a month. It's what is it today? Today is the 14th. It's 2 weeks old now, and it should be farther along actually. But you know, I took some time off to go to Tulsa, and we were gonna go to Omaha, but I'm kind of glad Steve called me and said, "Hey, it's too windy or whatever." Wouldn't it have been a bummer to sit around in the motel for 3 days? You know, spend all that money. Anyway, I've already marked the stations up on this. Let me switch the camera. Oh shoot! There we are. I've already marked the stations up on this, and I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch wide piece of 16th. Going the wrong way. I think I need a new stripper. I think I'm going to just cut all the parts and then set them in. I'll show you how to do that. It's not. This is not a big deal. It's not really necessary. It's just the piece of wood I'm cutting this out of weighs 7 grams for 3 by 36. So we're going to add less than a gram for all this, except for the glue. So it's just 1 inch, you know, a 1/4 inch wide stick, and we're going to place it right there like so. So what I need to do is mark it and then cut. Let's see, this, we don't need it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them. Now, I don't have any Kevlar thread. It's coming. I'm out of thread, so let's see how long this is. 1 inch, inch and a six. 1 inch would be fine. So 17 1 inches. So we could do it like this. No, I'll screw it up. See, it'll stack tolerance way out of whack. If I do it like that, by the time I get to the end, it'll be 1.25 inches long. Oh, shoot. I'm still debating on whether to put that helmet in here or not. I think this thing is, I mean, it would look cool, but what do we want? Performance or looks? Well, them guys with that automotive clear, only Hunt says only an ounce, and the other guy says 3 ounces. I say 6 ounces. It's just ridiculous. Let's see, we got a couple of comments here. Hey, Yogi. 17 we need here. Well, there's 5. I'm afraid, if I leave these parts out or whatever, something will happen. I go, damn, why didn't I put them in? So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Need 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, hey Marcel. All right. Now to stick these in here, we'll just stick them on a knife here and I think I'll just do the tops, then flip it over. Thank you, Henry. I'll just do it on top, then flip it over, and then glue the bottoms. And your new snorkel on this, it's putting out too much glue. I'll show you how I got them straight lines on there too. That was a trick. Well, thank you guys. I just done enough of it, that's all. Keep practicing, keep going. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but I'm not just guessing here. I mean, it may look like I'm guessing. We're up to 20 ounces tonight. Now it's going to be 25 ounces when finished. Just the woodwork, which is nothing I can do about it. It'd be nice if it was 18, but it ain't going to happen. And just too much lumber here. And when I flip this over and I glue the other side, I'll show you how to get them set in there straight. Does it matter if they're in there straight? Not really, except to me. I mean, if I just haphazardly put them in there, you guys would go, boy, that guy's a shit builder. So I've got to get them in there straight. And we'll get the thread and we'll sew them all together tomorrow. I have a little Kevlar thread left. I'm hoping that I got the 100-pound stuff, so I'm hoping that it's good enough. I had parachute rigging thread before. I don't know anybody in the Navy to get me some more parachute rigging thread. Okay. I'm going to show you. It does in some ways. It doesn't. Ah, shoot! Glued my finger to it. It doesn't stiff. I don't sew it to stiffen the twist up. I sew it so it has more. I don't know how to say it. It won't fold up. You know, the only thing that'll get this twist stop from twisting is diagonals. Now I could do it diagonal, but that's the covering's job to hold it from twisting. All I'm trying to do is keep it from going like this. As far as the twist goes, the thread does nothing, but as far as this goes, it does a lot. It's like a suspension bridge. So let's glue the other side. You ask yourself, how did I get him in there so damn straight? I'm going to show you. Remember, on my channel, there are no secrets. I used to hate that. Can't tell you. It's a secret. What, national security or what? Okay, now, if you look down the way here, well, each model has its own instance of building. Okay, now, if you look down the way, there's a damn fly. Let me get in with some kicker. Damn. If you look down the way, I got these super straight. You ask, well, how did I do that? Well, I'm going to show you. So, in order to do that, I cut this piece right here. I cut a piece of 16th. And we're going to fish it down in there. This might be, it is too long. So I need to cut 1.25 inches off of it. Inch and a quarter, we'll make it 1 3/8 for added safety. Now you could just glue this in here, except it doesn't have any glue surface area. So that's why I decided to do the sticks. Just stand that upright like so. And take the pen and start marking. Well, you see the speed that I build these airplanes at, the beam wing airplanes. You know, our beam wings a valid option? Yes, but you can't go much over 60-inch wingspan. I mean, 58 is what I use them at. 60 is kind of pushing it. You're asking a lot of the beam. Anything over 50. See, this beam is only 50 inches long with 4-inch tips. So that's 58. Make the beam anything over 50 inches and you're asking for trouble. Now I have Kevlar and carbon fiber mat and stuff like that I could laminate some kind of goofy beam together, but then it's too heavy. So I'm looking for lightweight performance. And trust me, after you fly a lightweight airplane, you go, why have I been building these lumber wagons for so long? And you'll quit putting so much damn paint on them. Oh. These don't have to be perfect, but close. It's nice to have a airplane that's sanded out inside. It's stronger, it's lighter. And in case you crash, it looks like you weren't lazy. So now you take this stick out of here. The marks are in it. Okay, we need another piece. We need another piece. So this piece when it started was 3 by 36 by 16th, 7 grams. So what pound wood was that? 4 pound. 4 and change. So how much did we add here? Maybe a gram, maybe. That stick right there. You really want to learn how to build light. Look at the free flight guys. They know how to build light. They know how to trim too. Because they got nothing but trim to make them fly. Yeah, you could. I saw Randy Powell. He did some type of geodesic box beam, this, that, and loaded the wing up with all kinds of wood. You can do that, but you've defeated your purpose. We're trying to make this thing as light as possible. So the only way you can do that is leave shit off. Cut out all the extra lumber you don't need and make sure you wipe the glue up. I'm just cutting out a piece of wood that I'm carrying around that I don't need. I mean, it's ever so slightly, but anything that I cut off here that I don't need, I can put on and paint. And paint is the heaviest thing on the airplane besides the engine. No single thing weighs more than paint than the engine. So you got to make up for it somehow. Okay, we need a piece. They were 1 1/16 inches. We need 18 of them. One, two, three. Only 15 left. 3 to 5. So how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Two more. And you ask, what does this do? Well, this is anti-crush to keep the ribs from smashing together. When some knucklehead grabs your airplane by the wing. You can only grab a beam wing airplane right here. That's it, in this 1-inch wide rib. That's the only place you can grab it. Do not ever put your hand out here. Never. You'll be crying. Let's see where it is. Did I go on the back side or the? I think I went on the front. I'd like them the same on both sides. It's 3 1/4. Get the one on the back side. I did. I went on the back side. That changes everything. Shoot. Shoot. I got them too long. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing but a thing. So I ended up adding one more step. I got to sand a few thousandths off each one of these before I put them in. Otherwise they stick up in the covering. That would not be good. I think YouTube's deleted some of my videos. I'm going to have to go back and look. I guess they're running out of space too. Because I think it said 751. I thought I had a couple thousand videos. Yeah, we'll get this covered by the end of the month anyway. It'll probably be finished for Christmas. If you guys remember, a few years back, I built myself a Christmas present because that was the only thing I was going to get. Can't remember which plane it was. I just remember saying, "This is my Christmas present." Because I got no money, so I gotta build it myself. I was just watching quarter scale drag racing. I'm looking at them guys. They're putting a lot of heart and soul into that hobby. Man, that must be expensive. And we got 5 watchers. Maybe I need to do a panel or something. Or another. I sure wish I was around John. Saturday at John's was a really successful. Maybe I need to go in and look and see if they're still there. That was 5 years worth of work. Yeah, I need another playlist. Saturday at John's. Kind of a bummer that YouTube can arbitrarily just get rid of your videos if they don't like them or too big, without telling you even. But they can. I think on this one we're going to try to sew from the because it's only single layer, I'm going to try to sew from the inside of the fuselage out. Last time I glued some sticks on it. But I got some hook needles coming tomorrow for upholstery. I should be able to hook it in there and get her done. Can almost run one continuous run from tip to tip, except for the push rods in the way. Okay, last one. You guys like my idea how to get them in there straight? Because that always bothers me when they're going like that. I think I'm going to take a little more wood out of this too. And we got to sand the fuselage inside. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Yeah, when's dinner? I'll be off at 8 o'clock. 15 minutes. Okay. Nature called. Had to go. Okay, so now we come back and glue the bottoms. So this little operation took an hour. 40 minutes so far. Now, one other thing that's kind of important, I don't know if you can see it from there or not, but I guess I could get the camera off the stand. Okay, so we got, these are relatively straight. I mean, nothing's perfect, but you see these tangs sticking out right here? That's the hinge. You got to add a block in there at each station. You don't want that thing sticking out like that. You want it embedded in wood so that the epoxy has, or white glue or whatever you decide to glue them with, has something to glue it solidly to. Otherwise, it's only gluing to 1/2 inch. This is 1/2 by 1/2 square trailing edge. And I will tell you this, for you guys who have table saws, you know, a cabinet table saw, not a micro table saw like I have up here. I'm talking like a DeWalt or Craftsman or whatever. Buy some lightweight wood that's 1/2 inch thick. That's 5 pound, and mill your own 1/2 by 1/2 lumber. I milled this 1/2 by 1/2 and this 7/8 by 1/2, or maybe it was 7/8 by 9/16, because I milled a big block. I had a big inch thick block. That's what it was. 7/8 by 9/16, and then sanded it straight. Not going to run it through my planer, but if you can do that, you're going to get much better wood. Much better. First time I did it was on this airplane here, and it's made a huge difference. Huge difference. You got nicer, straighter pieces. Of course, you have to have the wood to do it, but all right. So what else was I going to do? I'm going to have to make a tip weight box. The tip weight box glues in here right to the end of the spar. Remember what I told you about where the correct tip weight placement is? It's through the center of the bell crank to the center of the approximated lead outs. So you center up where you think the lead outs are going to be, about an inch behind the center of gravity, and you go from that to the bell crank pivot and have a long straight edge coming out, and that's exactly where your wingtip weight box goes. Not back here, not over here, not on top. The reason being is centrifugal force will line everything up as you're maneuvering, and it won't be doing all that herkle-jerkle stuff unless there's something really weird going on with the airplane, a warp or whatever. And hopefully you won't get one of those in there. So another thing I needed to do while we got this video running is figure out placement for the control horn on the elevator. Because tonight we're going to glue that push rod together, and while I sleep, the JB Weld will dry, because you can't disturb it. And that's how you get perfect zeros on this. So now these push rods that I have in here are wrapped. They're JB welded and wrapped with Kevlar thread and then epoxy on the outside. The back one, there's no way to wrap it, but I have an aluminum piece that John made. Let's see, and they're pretty. I'm going to make some myself. There's nothing to them. I had it here somewhere. Where did it go? I got so much shit. That's head gaskets for PA. Big hinges. Come on, I need that push rod thing. That ain't it. That's the motor mount. Produce shit. Well, hell, there's those 2 motor pads I was looking for. Damn it. Okay. Got them little screws. Yeah. Well, I can't find it right now. I might have to make some. It's just an aluminum tube like this that JB welds on the end of the push rod. However, here's how you set up the push rod, the horn. What I do with it. Yeah, you guys get me thinking. I get lost here. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. Probably it'll only be that long. Oh, you can't see. It'll only be that long. I'm going to take my cutoff wheel and I'm going to narf some notches in it up to about yay or whatever. Cut it off, notches. I'll bend the horn, and what I'll do is I'll pin these flaps. Let me see, are we zoomed in some or what? Yeah, we are. There's a 0 line right there where the flaps go. So that's, I'll pin those flaps in neutral. I'll take this here and rubber band 2 sticks on the elevator here so that this is in neutral. Of course, the flap horn will be on, will be set. I'll slide this push rod. It'll have JB Weld on it. I'll pack that full of JB Weld. I'll slide this into the carbon tube. Everything's set at 0. Let it set overnight. You got perfect push rod length. Perfect. You can't mess up. But one thing you do need to do is, and I'll be doing that, I'll take this aluminum tube here and I'll bend it over. I'll put it in the drill and just get it bent over. You run it up and then push it on a piece of hardwood and bend it over. And that keeps the push rod from splitting. Let's see, we're going to need something longer than that. Can't believe I can't find that little tube. I already had one John made. Well, it's one box there. The other one. Well. That's one. That's one. I don't know where it went. Well, nonetheless, we'll make one. Not a big deal. But you got to glue it over the push rod, or the push rod could split. So that's why you wrap that with Kevlar thread, so that the push rod doesn't split. You just take an aluminum tube. Let me see if I can knurl this down. Run it. I'm going to make one right now to show you how to do it. So in order to do this, I need to cut this off. So now let me see if I can find a piece of tubing goes inside that tightly. That'd be nice. I'll cut that off. Now I got something that'd be nice to have a dowel that goes inside there. Oh, I got copper here, maybe. Yep, I got copper. Maybe I'll cut this again because somehow it's got a kink in it. Got a kinky in it. Yeah, it's this. There it is. It'd be better if this was a dowel, but I don't have a dowel this size, so. And I've never done this before. John does it on his lathe, but I don't see why I can't do it. So I got two pieces here. I got two pieces. It'd be better if this was a dowel that fit in there solid. And we're going to leave about, oh, I don't know, 1/4 inch or whatever. It'd be better if it was a dowel. It'd be better if I had it on a lathe, but we don't. So we got to urban engineer it. You guys have seen me MacGyver stuff before. Come on, get in there. If it was a dowel, it wouldn't crush. I think it might crush. I might have to go get some dowel at Lowe's or something tomorrow. We'll try it. Okay, so I got this in the drill like this. This is a wall. Yeah, I think it's walnut plywood. So we'll try it here. Might have to heat it up. Not very soft aluminum, kind of stiff. Well, that ain't gonna work. Maybe if I pull that out a little more. It ain't gonna work. It's too MacGyver. Might as well give up because you're gonna do it, whether you like it or not. Maybe get it started. still too close. Yeah, that copper is stuck in there now. Let's try it without nothing in there. See what happens. No, too. Not gonna do it. So I gotta think how I'm gonna do this, because I do need an end on that rod. This is really wedged in there now. How could this be? I need pliers. So I got pliers. I'll grab this with pliers. And grab this side with the drill chuck. I got another idea. We got another idea. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll just set it. We'll just pie cut it. I need some softer aluminum is what I need. It's going now. She's going now. I don't have another piece of hardwood up here. Yeah, I'll have to work on that because it ain't working very good. I have to call John and ask him what kind of aluminum tube he used. This is just K&S tube. I mean, it's probably good enough as is, because it's really the JB Weld that holds all this stuff. So anyway, this slides over here like so, because we can't get in there and put any wrap on it. And then this goes on here like this. So this is all JB welded. There's JB Weld on the outside. Slide this in. Put that end on it. It's not real clean on this one, but we'll figure something out. And that keeps the carbon push rod from splitting. Or I could look around and find the one that's I already got made up. I think maybe that tube was a little too thick walled. I have to go to the hobby shop tomorrow and see if we can't get some thinner. I mean, it's like a 64 thick. It's not like the other stuff where it's super thin wall. Let me look again for that. We got 1 hour, 1 minute in. I guess that'll do it for this session. I don't want to bore you to death, but that's what I did to put these braces in here. And tomorrow when the Kevlar thread comes, it'll get sewn top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, all the way in and all the way back, and including these tip ribs too. Might go all the way out to here. This last one right here. Because there's nothing supporting this at all. Nothing. I mean, not. See, that's one of the things when you're building these beamers. If you start to over-engineer it, you got all kinds of weight in it. So you defeated your purpose. So don't overthink it. Just put it together and do it. You guys got any questions? If not, I guess that's it. You know, I'll wait a minute or two and see if you guys got anything. Got eight watchers. If you're watching this on a rerun and any of this information helps you, there's a little heart icon. You might have to hit the 3 dots and get the show more heart icon. Throw us a super thanks. Super chats are down. Throw us a super thanks. It's pretty tough to make these videos every day. Ain't making no money at this. You know, I'm probably going to have to go back to work just to support Stunhanger. Help me out. All right. See you tomorrow night or tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.